this centre in Oslo interests me a lot because I've been working a lot in the Arctic for many years, and the Arctic domestication is an intriguing topic. I mean, the first thing you think of is perhaps that the Arctic doesn't fit the general description. It isn't a neat flow from hunter-gatherers across to agriculture and industry. It's much more haphazard, back and forth and so on. So I suppose that would intrigue me very much. And also, it's very important that it's certain kind of people here that I'd like to learn from, and that have carried their experiences with them, and that I look forward to very much. I prefer to think about it as what research is needed anywhere, and also in the Arctic. And I think in this time and day we need more research that can contribute new ideas to the very severe and difficult predicament that we're in as humanity, you could say. And the Arctic is a place where these tensions and conflicts and the problems with environment and climate come to the fore in a very acute form. But interestingly, in my own research, I've also come across solutions in the Arctic. For example, there is very sophisticated relationships being developed over a long time between Arctic populations, including on the Scandinavian peninsula in the north there, and in environment and the living world. And one concept I've been working on in the last couple of years is what I call discrete monuments, these kind of very thin and fine traces that people leave after them, and that serve as a kind of memory landscape where lots of knowledge and skills are, so to speak, embedded and also embodied in the landscape itself. And it is quite striking how these elements are often being overruled or overrun when various modernizing technologies and not least economics or judicial systems enter the region. And I think it's very tempting to think now about ways of maintaining or returning to these discrete monuments and these landscapes of movement, often mobility, of landscape use that is far more cautious and, in a sense, long-term, because they are anchored in previous understanding that is now, I think, becoming modern again in the kind of critical moment that we're in as humanity and as in relation to the planet. So, in that sense, domestication issues are not just about telling the old stories in new ways. It's also a way of actually observing various cultural phenomena that have been out there and that can be put to new life again. They are more valuable really than we thought we understood. And that is, I think, something that we could work more on and that I could contribute to.